on the last part, we move into the USJ arc where the League of Villains attack Class 1A as well as All Might. So Trunks ends up being together with Midoriya and Sui in the flooded zone, and with Trunks there, all the villains are basically completely eliminated. So we move over to the Wasteland zone where Goten is actually together with Todoroki. Goten is surprised Todoroki didn't even need his help with the villains. So Goten and Todoroki start making their way over to the central area as well, where a gruesome scene was unfolding. Aizawa, aka Eraserhead, was fighting Shigaraki. However, the Nomu suddenly appears out of nowhere. This Nomu was moving at breakneck speeds, and Aizawa could not even process the Nomu's movements. So just like that, the Nomu completely backhands Aizawa and then sends him flying into the floor before crashing his head on the floor. Aizawa is groaning in pain. This was a painful experience. However, Trunks finally arrives on the scene and immediately goes straight for the Nomu, hitting the Nomu with so much force, cutting the Nomu in half. The Nomu, however, decides to show off one of its ability to regenerate, as it regenerates its arm and legs fully. This gave Trunks some major Super Buu vibes, and there was no way Trunks was gonna let this Nomu survive any longer, especially not after that. So Trunks rushes forward once again, this time even more powered up, and punches the Nomu so hard that Nomu gets completely eradicated right at the spot. Just like that, Trunks has saved the day, and Kurogiri immediately recognizes that they were outmatched and outnumbered. So he and Shigaraki manage to make it off the scene just in time before Trunks can turn their attention to them. Shigaraki is pissed off as he yells at Sensei, telling him why there was such a strong student in Class 1A. And honestly, all for one, is actually pretty intrigued. This was not part of the plan, however, it was an interesting development. And now we move into the video. How will the League of Villains come back from this loss? Will they be able to defeat Trunks' power? Well, these are all questions we'll answer in the next few parts on What If Dragon Ball Super Met My Hero Academia. Let's get straight into the video. So following the USJ arc, we obviously have the UA Sports Festival arc. So this arc is gonna undergo major changes. As usual, all of the school arrives at Class 1A just to check out, the class that was attacked by the League of Villains, just to see how special they are. And as usual, Bakugo shrugs all of them off, insulting all of them, stating that he will be the victor of the USJ. And now we move into the actual day of the tournament. President Mike announces the start of the tournament, introducing all the classes including Class 1A. And instead of Bakugo making the speech this time around, it's Trunks who ends up making the speech. This is because Trunks actually places first in the UA entrance exam this time instead of Bakugo. As we all know, Bakugo's speech literally triggered the entire audience, with everyone just bemused at Bakugo's cockiness and confidence. So obviously Trunks isn't gonna make the same mistake, so he just makes a simple speech telling everyone good luck. I mean, that's what Bulma told him to say, so he just follows whatever his mother says. So now we move over to the first event of the UA Sports Festival, aka the Obstacle Course Race. Everyone is assembling at the entrance, and Midoriya is hyped up. However, things are not gonna unfold the way the canon did. With Goten and Trunks there, events are gonna change drastically. So Goten immediately rushes out. He registered his quirk as Flight and Super Strength, so he actually has an edge over Trunks in this department. Trunks immediately follows suit. Even though he couldn't fly, he could still run pretty fast. So him and Goten were the first and second people to make their way over. And following behind them is Todoroki, and then after that Bakugo and the rest of Class 1A. They were all gunning for the top position. And we all know Golden and Trunks are just too fast, so they finished the race in like a minute, and that was them holding back. So now everyone's just competing for third place. As usual, Midoriya makes it to the end of the course and puts all the landmines around. Everyone's just confused at what Midoriya is doing. Using a metal board, Midoriya plunges himself onto the landmines, exploding himself over Bakugo and Todoroki's heads. Bakugo and Todoroki are shocked. And keep in mind, this version of Midoriya actually has slight control over One For All. So with slight control over One For All and this gamble, Midoriya was easily able to finish ahead of Bakugo and Todoroki, finishing in third place. Meanwhile, Todoroki and Bakugo end up in 4th and 5th place respectively. Of course, they are unhappy about that. With Golden and Trunks in 1st and 2nd place, Mie Hatsume and Yuga Aoyama actually end up being eliminated from the tournament. This is gonna be a huge event that will affect the next round, because Mie Hatsume was actually part of Midoriya's team, and Aoyama actually made it to the 3rd round in the original canon of events. With the next round being a team event, Midoriya's team comprises of himself, Uraruga, as well as Golden and Trunks. With Golden and Trunks on the team, this is... I mean, we all know what's gonna happen. And so, Aoyama is actually replaced by Tokoyami in this situation. Shinso actually manages to get Tokoyami under his control. And now, the second round commences. Golden and Trunks on Midoriya's team, will there be even any possibility that they'll lose? Will Bakugo and Todoroki even manage to catch up to Golden and Trunks? Well, these are all questions we'll answer in the next part on What If Dragon Ball Super Met My Hero Academia. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.